You know that feeling you get when you finally accomplish something that's really important to you? Feels really good. And then that little voice starts screaming inside your head that no one is going to like what you did or even care that you did it. Yes, me too. Almost every day. And I used to think that I was the only one. But then I learned of interesting statistic that up to 70% of adults with ADHD struggle with imposter syndrome too. And that's almost twice the rate of the general population. So that stat didn't really surprise me so much, but what did surprise me is learning that we do have the power to change how we talk to ourselves, especially when we're on a loop like that. And over time, when we learn how to talk to ourselves differently, we can turn that inner critic into something that's more like a wise guide, someone who's looking out for us. I'm Tanya, and this is Wholly Divergent, where we talk about mind-body wellness in a neurodivergent way. So living with ADHD can feel like being in a room full of radios all playing at the same time on different stations, and it just pulls our attention in all kinds of different directions. Maybe you're like me and you know your inner critic intimately. And when that voice gets too loud, I freeze. I hold back on ideas that really matter to me. I'll water myself down so I don't take up so much space. I talk myself out of sharing things that I know could help others. And that's the part that really hurts the most. All the things that I haven't done in the past because I was afraid to be seen doing them imperfectly. And I definitely know that I am not alone on this. That voice that tells us that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not pretty enough, it starts to become a wall between us and the rest of the world. And it keeps us second guessing, triple checking, over preparing. And after we do all those things, we still feel like we're not good enough. And every time we follow this messed up kind of voice in our head, these ideas, who knows where they came from about who we are and what we're supposed to be, it starts to chip away at any sort of trust that we have in ourselves. We take a risk, right? We do something brave like making this video. And the moment we start building something real, that old wiring starts to kick in and it's telling us that we're no good at something and that nobody cares. But I'm starting to learn that's not actually a flaw in us. It's just the echo of years of protecting ourselves and fear of failure, fear of being seen, fear of being misunderstood. And that voice has kept me playing small for more years than I would like to admit. To hide behind, I'm not ready, forever. And I wonder, not just for me, but for you, how many things have we missed? Because that voice has told us that we needed to be more of something, more polished, more confident, more together. And I don't know about you, but I am so tired of living in that space. So here's what's helping me to shift that inner voice. And it's not by forcing myself to be confident, but I'm slowly building trust with myself over time. So the first thing is what I call the reality check. And it's a pause. When my brain starts to say things to me like, you're not qualified, you're not smart enough, I'll write down one or two real moments that prove otherwise. So not perfect moments from the past, but real ones. Maybe feedback from someone that I respect. A time I figured out something when I was really under pressure. A task, so many tasks, so many things I thought I couldn't do, but I did them anyway. The second is what I call my win journal. And this is just like a crappy old notebook where I write one small win a day. And I will forget my own progress constantly. So this helps me to remember. And it doesn't have to be anything huge or spectacular. A lot of times it's just reminding myself, hey, I remembered to drink water today. And to me, in my world, that counts. The third thing is affirmations that I created for myself. The usual neurotypical affirmations have never really worked for me. So instead, I just made up my own. I'll share some of my favorites. The first is, my brain solves things in its own way, and that's allowed. I don't need anyone's permission. Another one is, I move at my own pace, and that's not a flaw. It's not a mistake. It's just, I move at my own pace, and that's the way it is. The last one is, my way doesn't have to look, sound, feel the same way that they do it to be valid. My way is not a neurotypical way, but it's still valid. So if you have heard this voice, this is just a reminder, a sharing, that this voice is not the truth. It's just old wiring, and we don't have to let it be in charge of our lives anymore. We can start small. We can write down one win a day, and that's all we have to do to get started. If you're struggling with this voice, leave a comment. Let me know what you do, and maybe it'll help someone else. I'd love to read it. And if this has helped you to feel seen, hit subscribe. I've got a lot more coming your way soon. So thanks for watching, and just take what you need from this video and leave the rest. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.